So hi everyone, my name's Ellgen, and I'm going to be doing this presentation for Psych 112. I'm really excited about this assignment actually because before I decided I was going to major in psychology, I had no idea what I was going to do as a career plan, so I'm pretty excited for this presentation, and I guess we'll get started. So this is just a little bit about me. I'm Kylie Ellgen, as I said before. I'm the baby of 6 kids, which is pretty difficult. Not really, I was spoiled, of course. I grew up in Craig, Colorado, and I loved every minute of it. I'm very excited to take this course and just to learn more about psychology. I'm a junior this year, and I'm majoring in psychology. Also, a fun fact, I served my mission in Mexico. So why I'm majoring in psychology? I had various reasons for majoring in psychology. Number one was my family. I grew up in a family that was not difficult, but we didn't exactly talk about our feelings. So I felt like that was kind of like not allowed. So I really like the idea in psychology that people can talk about their problems. And so that's kind of my main goal in going into psychology. On my mission, I always got to talk to people about their problems and their fears, and I really started to like that. I've always been a loving person. I've always liked to listen and to talk, so that may have influenced me a little bit. I was actually majoring in physical therapy, but I was actually more interested in helping like their feelings rather than their actual injuries. I'd go into clinical and someone would start telling me about how they felt about the injury, and I was way more focused on that than the actual injury, so I figured I'd better get out. I pretty much want to change the world. That's a pretty big task, but I feel like I can take it on. And I like knowing how each of us think and work as human beings. So, what I want to do when I grow up, I thought this was kind of a funny statement, just because we should be grown up by now, but I still feel very behind. So when I started this class, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but during this assignment, I decided between two things. Number one, I'd like to be a substance abuse counselor. I was very interested in this one because, as I said, um, I had a few friends that went through this problem, and I just really liked talking to them about it and kind of figuring out how to help them. So I figured out a substance abuse counselor needs at least a bachelor's degree, so that would be a 4-year program. It can also include a master's and a doctorate degree. It just depends on how much training you'd like. So my duties would be to help the individuals who want to overcome their addictions. Something they stated that was really important was that I'd need to make sure they wanted to overcome the problem before I even accepted them as a client. It says that I would work close with the family and the client to find triggers and treatment necessary to overcome the problem. And mainly the places I could work are in hospitals, schools, treatment centers, and that just sounded really interesting to me. Or a school counselor. A school counselor needs a 4-year program, but also an additional 2-year program, which would be a master's degree. This can be, well, it kind of goes both ways. It's in psychology, but it's also in planning and helping kids figure out what they want their futures to be. One of the things that it stated was that I can help kids plan out their classes and their future options. It says that I'll be helping them overcome social, physical, and mental concerns, which I thought was really interesting because I think that's such a young age and they need to make a lot of decisions. So I can also work with struggling kids. Teachers can call me in and let me know what kid's struggling. And I also need to send reports to parents on the student. So why? I'll kind of explain that a little bit more. As I was looking over the career options and the reasons I would choose these careers are because I really want to work with young adults mainly and kind of help them in their lives. I've always been able to really kind of relate to them better. And I believe at this time in our lives and their lives, we make a lot of decisions that are scary, and I'd like to help them as best as I could or can. And I'd also like to be the substance abuse counselor because, like I said, I had a lot of friends with addictions, and I've kind of felt it personally. And I just really would like them to help them feel safe enough to talk through it and overcome it. So how this correlated with my 4-year plan was, in my 4-year plan, I talked about how first I'd really like to finish my bachelor's degree in general psychology, but also I'd really like to get more training specifically in substance abuse, which I can get in various hospitals or even in programs. and I'd like to work at a hospital or at a treatment center. Then I'd like to maybe go work for a year or two and see how I feel about the job, depending on my family situation, if I get married or if I have kids, and I'd like to work in that. If I want more, if I'm not satisfied, if I don't feel like I'm getting enough pay, or if I would like to become the school counselor, I would then take the GRE and apply to graduate school. I'm aware I'll need to have good references and have good grades, and I'm hoping that my work experience will help me in graduate school. And how my reasons compared with Chapter 13 was I felt like it stated a lot that we need a balance of career and our own social lives, and I believe psychology would help me grow as a person and also have the ability to help people each and every day. I did not choose this career because it was easy or because it pays a lot. In fact, I feel like it's very critical, and I feel like it's a job that's often overlooked. I believe that it's compatible with my personality. I've always loved to talk and understand people, and this helps me to do that while having a career. I've thought about this a lot, and I feel that it's right for me. I'm excited for the future, and I feel super optimistic. I also love the amount of options you have in this career because I feel like mental health affects all aspects of our lives. And that's the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening, guys.